So just to refresh my memory, how did that end? Was that the end? My question really is, the chickens had demanded better conditions. More food, better food, some variety, more water, and more time to go run around and not be, penned up in these little rows and these cage things. And how did any of their demands get met, Joe?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I can answer that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm lucky that I can answer that because I'm getting it from a secondhand source. But do you remember Bo Conant's?
Of course. How could I forget Bo Conant's?
Well, Bo was a younger man at that time, obviously. We all grow. Anyway, I don't have to say that. We all progress as, yes. Well, Bo Conitz was a couple of years older than us. And when you and I were running the numbers, and I had to pick up something and take something back to headquarters, if you know what I mean, I ran into Bo, and Bo was coming out of the chicken coop. And I said, hey, what's the latest on the strike? And he said, I think we got it all worked out.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, you're not going to believe who's in the chicken coop right now.
Yeah.
And I said, who? And he goes, you're not going to believe who's in the chicken coop right now. So I knew he was talking about Papa Gambini. And I was scared, but I went to the window and I looked in. He had music going, and he was singing and dancing to the chickens. And I think it was Pavarotti before I even knew who Pavarotti was. So you could say, in a way, or at least to this day, when I look back on what I observed, that he was able to win them over with music.
Well, that was part of it, and he had charisma. He had loads of charisma, which is how he got to the position that he was in. It wasn't just nepotism or anything. And the other part of the story is that the chickens did get better conditions. Happy chickens are good for business, and that was proven. It was proven. The chickens made their demands. Their demands were not all met, but largely met, and it was done with an eye towards improving their conditions, making them happy, so they would produce better. Back to business as usual. Profits were up. The crisis was narrowly
Everything
averted,
was
and that agreement,
upward bound.
that agreement from 1923 that was put in place really set the precedent for
Good word.
chicken, for what do you call it, poultry farming in the United States today. Anytime you go to the grocery store these days, or go out to a fried chicken place or whatever it is, even any fast food places that are serving chicken, and I'm not going to plug anybody right now, you can count on the concept that that chicken was raised in conditions that were substantially better because of this 1923 chicken strike and the wisdom and the business sense of Paulie Gambini, and how he addressed it and improved conditions and narrowly averted the strike, or ended it.
That really said it all. And
Hallelujah.
And the next time you cut into a chicken breast, or you pick up a chicken leg, or you're having a chicken nugget and you pop it in your mouth and you're like, yes, that was good, and I'm full, and now I can move on, and I got to do this eating thing every day, and it never goes away. You can remember the 1923 chicken strike, and those chickens that had the guts to say, we're not taking this anymore.
That's right.
And the other thing is, I've never seen a chicken smile, but I have to say, from that day forward, whenever I got anywhere near the chicken coop, I always paid attention, and I never saw a group of them getting together. So I think they went back to just being chickens, and that was the 1923 chicken strike.
Well, all's well that ends well, and that story ended beautifully. What can I say? Good job, George.
It was a great time.
It was.
And to you also. And to you also. It was a wonderful memory. And I'm a big fan of eggs, and sometimes I wonder to myself psychologically, I like to eat a lot of eggs, I like to eat a lot of chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Did that have anything to do with it, my appreciation?
Can I add something?
Please! Por favor!
My son, Jesse, who also goes by AJ, when he was 6 or 7 years old, said to me one day, Mom, why did the chicken cross the road?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, to get to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
He said, why did the chicken cross the playground? I said, I don't know. He said, to get to the other slide. I just thought that was so cute. Sorry, that was
Well,
just...
actually, you made me remember something that I'm sure Mickey remembers too. there was a line. Papa Gambini, as you can imagine, got so frustrated in trying to think how he was going to resolve this obscure issue that he told one of his guys to take a stick and to dig, you know, with the stick and put a line in the dirt. And he said, if any chicken crosses this line, that means he's crossing over the picket line. It happened. It happened. You remember that line there? We weren't allowed to step on it because we were going to mess up the line that they put in the ground.
I have no doubt that that's just the way it happened.
You know, it kind of reminds me, because I don't want to give dates here, but we were transferred. We were transferred from the Gambini family to another family in the Kansas City area. And that point in my life was really all about tying up loose ends, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, could you share with the folks here a little bit about you know, what it was like those days that we were in Kansas City, and you know, and
I'm drawing a blank.
some of the things that transpired.
I'm drawing a blank.
Well, I'm seeing here that you want to talk about Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come.
Well, I may, but right now I don't know what the heck to say.
They got some crazy
really.
little bosses there, and I'm gonna answer to one. No?
Pass.
Well, it's on the list, so.
Right.
Um,
Okay.